So I decided to short Nvidia stock today, and this was actually caught within the live session that I had right before Nvidia actually reported earnings. Now it started off as just a joke, but then when Nvidia was actually indicating signs of an uptrend, it showed signs of it being overbought. So I decided to open a short position, and this happened. Now I want to shout someone out because someone in the live stream said, "You see, you just proved that you suck again at trading." And it says, "You shorted, you fool." And Nvidia stock obviously was up. Now, how many times have I talked about position size? In my opinion, position size is everything. I can buy something with 5 shares, but when it comes down to actually stepping on the gas when direction is in my favor, and I can buy 100 shares or 200 shares or 1,000 shares, those 5 shares are insignificant in the grand scheme of things, right? It's knowing when to step on the gas and the importance of direction being in your favor. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and show you. I not only took this trade, right? I walked away with $1,400 profit in the green, and that is with Nvidia stock from when we got confirmation of it actually breaking below this EMA line. Not only did I take this trade after market hours, but also I announced it to my LPP team, right? So you could see this, my LPP team is the only team that gets these updates. And I made it very, very simple, right? So after Nvidia, right, reported earnings, looks like it's dumping, right? This is at 2:19 p.m. It says just on the 1 minute time frame, Nvidia testing EMA support. So when I mean EMA support, I mean that Nvidia is testing the EMA support on the 1 minute time frame. And if it breaks below this, it could potentially sell off. I make sure that I make my team aware of what my intentions are. If Nvidia breaks below the 1 minute EMA, I will add more to my short position, and then confirmation, adding more. I make sure that I talk about, the risk behind this trade. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I say super risky, do not copy. This is an update, so you simply are aware of what it is that I'm doing. And then about, 15 minutes later, I follow up with the confirmation of lower lows, right? The more that this thing sells off, the more I step on the gas, and then it finally begins to consolidate, shows signs of a potential support. I buy to cover, right? That's how it is that you short. And then I show them my purchase of 175 shares. And again, it's a very simple trade, right? I could have had 5 shares as this thing was indicating signs of an uptrend. But when it comes down to actually getting that confirmation and it actually selling off, in a perfect world, that's nearly 3%. 3% might not be a lot, but think about it, right? I went all day patiently waiting for opportunity to present itself. Market gapped up right away. So yeah, you could have gone with the market, but based off of where the market went that very moment when it reported to where it closed at, you would essentially be down on that position even if you went long, because unless you hopped in before the actual earning report, there was no way for you, based off of where it closed at and where it was at within that 1 minute, that you could have walked away making money, right? Going long on Nvidia. Nvidia had an instant reaction when it reported earnings, and rightfully so, right? When it comes down to the actual Nvidia earnings themselves, they absolutely killed it, right? Revenue, $13.51 billion with the expectation of $11.13 billion, and earnings per share coming in at $2.7 billion with the expectation of $2.07, right? They absolutely killed it, no doubt about it. The only reason I decided to short it was because it began showing signs of resistance. And just like anything, I love trading reversals. It's my focus. It's my niche. It doesn't have to be something that you personally do, which is exactly why I make my team very well aware of my intentions, but making sure that they understand that my trades are never something that you should copy. But just like anything, I'm going to do it in a very calculated way, right? And I'm sure, right, just like this person, it might not make sense to them on why I would take a short position when something is overbought. But guess what? A trade like this doesn't make sense to people that don't know necessarily how to trade, right? I don't expect AMC bag holders to understand how to initiate a trade and how to step on the gas when direction is in your favor, and then to cover to lock in profits when there's no more signs of progress. It's a very simple way of trading, but yet effective if done correctly, which again, just wanted to show you that I did decide to short it. It was a very risky trade, but I made sure that I kept my team up to date along the way, and I'm very glad I did so, right? It was not a perfect trade by any means, but I'm very excited to follow up to see how the overall market ends up trading tomorrow. Based off of where we closed at and based off of where NASDAQ futures are right now, it looks extremely bullish. We'll see if it continues this way leading into tomorrow at market open, and see if the NASDAQ actually makes a nice recovery leading up to Friday, when we have that Federal Reserve meeting, which is the Jackson Hole meeting that, again, Jerome Powell is going to be speaking at. And I will be hosting that free live stream for this meeting, or for this speech, at 10:05 a.m. Eastern time, which is, again, 35 minutes after the market opens, wherever it is that you're from. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that we're into thumbs up in this video. I just wanted to kind of use myself as an example that you don't need to be a perfect trader. You can take a bad initial trade, but if done correctly, right, just like anything with position size, it's all about position size. I can buy 5 shares of something and take a small loss, but when direction is in my favor, I can buy with 100 or 1,000 shares, and that's when it really matters. But to some people, it just doesn't make sense, and everyone's always going to doubt you because you're doing something a little bit different. Be selective, stay calculated, and focus on yourself, because at the end of the day, we are all here to make money for ourselves, not necessarily, right? Other people's opinions are never going to make us a better trader. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. Hope that we're a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I'll see you tomorrow for my live trading session right at market open. And if you want to join, it's going to be the second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.